Well, minicamp is over. Let's see what happened during minicamp. What's up, fans? So, the Miami Dolphins minicamp, 3-day voluntary minicamp, just ended yesterday. Chris Greer met with the media on Wednesday. It was his pre-draft interview. So they talked to him about his kind of draft ideas and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk about what Chris Greer had to say. Then yesterday, they met with Brian Flores, asked him a few questions. They also met with a few players. I'll give you some tidbits about that. But before I get into all that, last night I did a live stream. I used a randomizer, so essentially I took all of your guys' comments, I took your names, I put them in a randomizer, it randomly picked a name, and the winner of the giveaway was Polly King 305. Now, he is going to be getting the cutout creation Dolphin football, the sucker, just without the DDW. Polly King 305 won. Now, a few of you guys have commented, and also a few of you guys have even said in the group chat, can you do it one more time? Do it one more time, please, 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 please. I will do another giveaway under two circumstances. One, this video has to get over 300 likes. Two, I will make the announcement if I'm doing another giveaway, give you guys at least one more chance. I'll probably do a t-shirt or something at the live stream I am doing on Sunday. So I know Sunday's Easter, but at like 7 o'clock, I'm going to do a live stream for about an hour, hour and a half. I'm not going to go over 9 o'clock because I know some of you guys watch Game of Thrones. So 7 o'clock on Sunday, I'm going to go live again, and I will let you guys know in that live stream if I am going to be doing a second, give you guys another chance to be part of the giveaway. It's not going to be this because Polly King 305 won that already, but maybe it'll be a t-shirt or something. So those are the two things I just wanted to touch base upon, who the winner was, and if there's a potential for another giveaway. This next thing I want to talk about is the fact that Laramie Tunsil's fifth-year option was picked up. I think this was well-deserved. I honestly expected this to happen. I honestly don't think it'll get to the point where we'll have to deal with him and his fifth-year option. I honestly think that the Dolphins are going to extend his contract before it even gets to the fifth-year option. But it's well-deserved. He's been playing and getting better and better every season, becoming an elite left tackle for the Miami Dolphins. So Laramie Tunsil's fifth-year option was picked up by the Miami Dolphins. Wasn't surprising. So let's get into what Chris Greer and Brian Flores had to say consecutively. It was Greer first on Wednesday. He met with the media. He said he meets with Brian Flores and Ross constantly, and their draft plan is etched in pencil, which means that it can change whenever, but it's very solid. He also talks about the fact that these past 3 years, it's his say, and he has the final word in the draft, which bothers me because last year's draft was good. Like Baker was a good pickup, Sanders was a good pickup. Obviously Fitzpatrick was a good pickup. Balaj, I haven't seen much of him, but I think it was a good pickup. Gesicki and Smythe, that draft pick, those draft picks just, like, I'm not saying Gesicki's a bad draft pick, but don't draft one draft pick that can only do one thing and then be like, oh, we'll draft another tight end that can do what he can, and then we'll have them both on the field. That's not how that works. You should have took Godert, and then with Smythe's pick, you should have took a defensive tackle. He also says that he is not going to force the coach to pick a player that he doesn't want. So he listens because it will create animosity and distrust. So if Flores is like, look, I need this type of player, or I like, let's say Ed Oliver's there at 13, and Brian Flores is like, you need to take him because, he's very versatile. We can have him edge. We can have him as no tackle. I can have him, do this, and that. It'd be really good for our defensive line, especially if we're doing a 3-4-4-3 scheme. Then you would have Chris Greer being like, all right, what about him? And then if he's like, no, he won't work. I need Ed Oliver. He'd probably listen to him. And I honestly think, and I'm going to give Chris Greer the benefit of the doubt, but I think that's what happened with the Smythe-Gesicki thing. I think Adam Gase, who had complete control of the 53-man roster, was like, I know what I can do with these guys. My scheme is very, you know how Adam Gase likes to toot his own horn and, sniff his own farts. He likes to think that his schemes are better. So he's probably like, oh, I can run a scheme with these two. I need both of them. Gesicki's great. Smythe, so we'll see what happens with that. He said since the owners' meeting, he's been keeping in touch with teams about either trading up or trading down. I honestly do not see the Miami Dolphins trading up in this draft. I can really see the Dolphins trading down. At 13, if a quarterback like Haskins or Locke falls and some teams want to move up, like the Giants, Redskins are only technically one spot behind, I can see the Dolphins trading down, picking up an extra pick, either a second from that year or maybe one for the next year. I did a mock draft and Taylor was there, Gary was there, there was some of the linebackers were there. And also, if that ends up happening, there's some teams further back that want one of the linebackers, would probably try to trade up. So I could see them trading down, but he's still keeping in contact with them. It says they always have a list of players they want, so like 4 or 5 at certain positions. And it was the same example with Mika Fitzpatrick. He wasn't the top person they wanted, but he was on the list, so they took him. His probably top person was probably Baker Mayfield, but Baker Mayfield wasn't coming out of the top 5, wasn't happening. And then he talked vaguely about this year's quarterback draft, and he said it's good. He says you could probably get a good guy out of there. Not a lot of them played too much. And then they asked him, can a quarterback be elite out of this quarterback bunch? And he said, could be. So I don't think he's very high on the quarterbacks. That's why I honestly don't think he'll take a quarterback at 13. And the last thing I want to talk about that Chris Greer had to say was he's been in constant contact and talks with Rashad Jones. He said Rashad Jones has not once asked to be traded or demand to be traded. He said he wants to play for the Dolphins. Now, this has got so blown out of proportion. I don't know if other YouTubers have talked about it or if other YouTubers have said that he's going to be traded. He's not going to be traded. The dude had shoulder surgery. He's been playing with a banged up shoulder, I think, since week 2. Yeah, since the Jets game of last year when he made the tackle to save the touchdown before the half. He has been playing with a bad shoulder since week 2. So he had surgery on his shoulder. He's rehabbing that right now, and that's why he wasn't at voluntary minicamps. It's not a big deal. The coaches and the GM and everyone else are literally like, it's voluntary minicamps. Let the dude do what he wants to do. Nothing to see there. Now let's get to Brian Flores' press conference. So Brian Flores, if you didn't know, was early. If you guys don't know, with my other video, he says if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're forgotten. Guy was on time. When it comes to, it was raining. And they said, are you going to move it into the bubble? He says, you play in the rain, don't you? Why would I move the team in the bubble? Like that mentality a lot. He said when he talks about the team, he wants them tough, smart, and work well together. That is huge. Now, you can't look into everything a coach says and be like, it's huge, it's great, it's fantastic, I love it, it's the best. Because then it would just be, this would be a Miami Dolphins fanboy page and it wouldn't be a critical analysis of it. But the fact that he says he wants them to play well together rings well with me, because the biggest problem the Dolphins had last year, not only was it we had no pass rush and we couldn't stop the run, but there was some secondary guys, McTyer, Tankersley, sometimes McCain, that would have blown coverages. Even the linebackers with McMillan, he would sometimes hit the wrong gap and would blow up a play. Or sometimes Kiko Alonso would be out of place because he's trying to cover up for somebody else's mistake. You got to play well together, or you're going to have guys not playing well, leaving empty gaps, leaving wide open guys. So the fact that Flores says he wants them tough, smart, and play well together rings well with me. He talks about Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki gained 15 pounds this offseason, which is good because Gesicki was getting trumped by cornerbacks and safeties. Safeties, it can be understandable, but the corners were smaller than Gesicki, and he's getting popped in the chest and knocking back. So Gesicki, about 13, 15 pounds gained. And when Flores was talking about him, he says a good young player, talented, like everyone else that's on the team. Lot of room for development. He's got good hands. He's got good jumping ability, but he now needs to just get down to the X's and O's of football. Then they had a brief discussion with him about whether he's going to stay in New Jersey because they play the Jets and then the Giants in the same stadium. I'm going to talk about that when you guys ask me a question. Then I'm actually going to touch a base upon that. He said whether they're going to stay in New Jersey or not. If they stay in New Jersey for 2 days, I'm grabbing my camera, this thing, and I'm going to where they stay at because I know what the hotel they stay at. And I'm going to see if I can get a few of them to say, like, welcome to DouglieDoWrong or something like that, and try to talk to a few of them. Try my best on that. And the last thing he talks about, Raekwon McMillan, said he's big, fast, physical leadership type. I honestly think McMillan is going to take a huge step in his second season because now he's more comfortable with playing in the NFL and he's not as afraid about what happened to him. Because you got to understand something. If you're first time on an NFL field in preseason, you blow your ACL, you're going to have some psychological things where you're afraid to get hit, make tackles, do this, this, and that. And if you notice towards the ass end of the season last season, McMillan started really showing up. So I could see McMillan having a good year. And then I got some tidbits that I want to throw at you. Charles Harris. I have a good feeling about Charles Harris. A lot of people think Charles Harris is going to be a bust. I think this is the perfect coach and the perfect scheme for Charles Harris. They have him training and work running with the D-lines, the linebackers. He's even learning some stuff from the corners. He's going to be a very versatile and big impact player on this defense. I'm telling you right now, you heard it first here. When it happens, I'm going to come back to this video and be like, hey, who told you? Who also told you that we're going to trade Ryan Tannehill and we got a fourth from him? A lot of people thought we weren't going to trade him, but, you know, I'm just saying. And then Mika Fitzpatrick is learning every role. They also talked to Mika Fitzpatrick, and he said that he watched the Patriots defense and he kind of knows what role he's going to be playing because he knows certain players play that fluid cornerback safety position, so he's okay with it. But I would kind of like for him to be pointed to a specific position, cornerback safety, but as of right now, they have them everywhere. But that is what I got from you from their press conferences. That's what I got from training, from the mini camp. Again, I wasn't able to watch them do stuff. There was some videos that I tweet out where they're like running their routes and doing stuff, but this was more just getting acclimated with your coaches, getting acclimated with getting back into the feel of football. We had the whole Ryan Fitzpatrick cake joke, which I loved. It kind of broke the ice and kind of made it more comfortable. I like him as a quarterback. When it comes to Fitzpatrick, I'm just going to throw this in there real quick. I think he's going to win us games, and I think he could potentially lose us games. He is the aggressive type of quarterback. I'm not saying he's exactly like this guy, but he reminds me of a Brett Favre. He's going to throw the ball, and you're going to be like, look at that pass. Then 2 passes later, you're like, why would he throw that pass? It's just the type of player Ryan Fitzpatrick is. He's aggressive. He's not going to do the check down. He's going to get the 30-yard touchdown. So, but yeah, those are some of the things. He wasn't able to look at practice. Once OTAs start and stuff like that, you're going to get those videos from me. A lot of you guys know what I'm talking about with those videos, where I literally tell you guys everything. They're like, some of them were like 30-minute long videos. So I hope you guys are ready for that, where I tell you literally everything that happened in training camp and OTAs, play by play. I give you guys a lot. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think about what Flores had to say. Let me know what you guys think about what Greer had to say. What do you guys think about the Dolphins picking up the 5th-year option? Also, comment below. Let me know if you want another chance at a giveaway. I think I'm going to do a t-shirt, like I said. But you got to get this video to 300 likes. And you have to be at the live stream on Sunday, 7 o'clock, to hear if I decided to do it or not. But let me get to your guys' comment of the day. And this one comes from, I love my pillows. I hope you do, because you sleep about half of your life. So if you're not comfortable and love your pillows, then you're just going to have a crooked neck and be grumpy all the time. But he says to me, yo, Doug, are you planning on coming down here for any home games this season? If so, let us know. A thumbs up. So he's asking me if I'm going down to Miami. There's 3 possible games that I am looking at. When it comes to going down to Miami, I go from November to December. And there's only 3 home games. The other ones are away games, and then the next home game in December is the 22nd. That's way too close to Christmas. So I'm thinking the Jets, Bills. I'm going from November to December. Jets, Bills, or December 1st, Eagles. Those are one of the 3 games. I'm really leaning towards going down to Miami for the Eagles game, but I might do the Jets or the Bills. It all depends, but I'll let you guys know. I'm definitely thinking of going down for those games. And then the back-to-back Jets-Giants games, I might go to both. So I might go to 3 games this season. I might go to the back-to-back Jets-Giants games, but I will definitely be trying my hardest and hopefully going to the Giants games. So if you guys live in Jersey area and you're a Dolphins fan, I'll be trying to make my way to the Giants games. And if you're down in Miami, which I think most of you guys are, I think Eagles I'm going to try to make too. But like I said, I'll let you guys know. But thank you for the comment. I greatly appreciate that. Be sure to go follow me on Twitter. A lot of my news and my notes and my facts I get from Twitter and watching tape with my eyes. So I retweet a lot of things before I can make videos, especially when it came to the schedule, especially when it comes to press conferences, when it comes to players, press conferences. I tweet out things first and then I make my notes and then I tell you guys what happened. So be sure to go check it out, follow on Twitter. Also, I'm going to be posting more on Instagram. I know I've been slacking on that. I don't really ever post on Instagram, but I'm going to be posting more on Instagram. I might go live on Instagram a few times because it'll be easier if I'm at places to go live and then I can walk around and talk to you guys. So be sure to go check that out. Also, check out the Bit Boys. I'm going to be putting some Madden on there. They have the Easter egg thing going on this weekend. I'm not going to do the Easter egg things. I'm really concentrating on the picks that they have. And also, what I did last year is I got Saquon Barkley as the draft. And then they have these things where you get the card and then they comes over to your next Madden. I have the 98 Saquon now because I got him last year during draft time. So I think once the draft packs start happening, which should be this upcoming week, I'm going to start making videos on Madden and uploading that. So yeah, go check out the Bit Boys. Subscribe there if you like that. We're very close to 400 subs. Give this video a thumbs up because you like what Greer and Flores had to say. You're also super pumped for the draft on next Thursday. Now, when it comes to the draft, I'm live streaming. I'm going to be live streaming at 7:30. You're not going to get this background. I'm going to be in my living room watching the draft on my big-ass TV. I'm going to hang out, watch the draft together, be surprised, shocked, everything. I'm probably going to do the whole first round or most of the first round, but I'm going to start streaming at 7:30. Also, comment below. Let me know if you want me to stream the second day. I don't know if I'm going to, and I'm definitely not streaming the third day, but I haven't decided if I'm going to stream the second day, but subscribe so you can be there and hang out for the live stream of the draft next Thursday. Also, hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 5,000 subs. Once we hit 5,000 subs, I'm going to do a huge giveaway. A very big giveaway because that's halfway to 10,000 and I want to hit 10,000 subs. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Get this channel to 5,000. I'm going to do a huge giveaway. But other than that, I will see you guys Sunday with the live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern time, where I will tell you guys if I'm going to do a second pick for the 4K giveaway. I'm leaning towards a yes, but I don't know. You got to come hang out. 7 p.m. Eastern, live stream. Other than that, I'll see you guys Sunday. Stay classy and fins up.